Yeah, everyone, welcome back to our international marketing class. Our today's topic is how to control a global marketing program. Once the global marketing strategy is planned, then further it is necessary to implement it efficiently. So, while implementing it, very important thing is to control the activities involved in the implementation of this global marketing program. How to control the activities and what to control in the program, all these things we will try to understand today. So, evaluation and control of global marketing is the weaker area for many organizations because mainly there is no standard way. This particularly we cannot say this is the way of controlling it. Not only global marketing program, whatever, but we cannot say, for example, the way of organizing an event. We cannot say what is the standard way of controlling that event. As you know, we have also conducted various programs in our college. So the number of group of activities are to be controlled at the same time, but it cannot be pre-planned. All the time it has to go on with the current situations. Similarly, while dealing with global markets, implementation of a program in the global markets is very difficult job. Especially it is very difficult to control the processes, and also unfortunately the control is often seen as negative by the employees of the organization. If you try to control the employees, how can we control the processes? The processes can be controlled by controlling the employees. When we try to control the employees, it gives a negative sense to the employees. It will give a negative perception to the employees. So that is the problem behind controlling the global marketing program. For controlling this global marketing program, headquarters need information to ensure that international activities contribute to a maximum benefits to overall organization. We are dealing with many number of countries or more than one country even. So for controlling the processes, for controlling this global marketing program, the main headquarters, it requires the information from various different different countries, branches of the organization. uh, all the information to be gathered and it is sent to the headquarters, and this data will be converted in the headquarters to make it as a useful information, and appropriate action will be taken based on this information. However, the organization need all the information from all the different geographical areas, and the information should be sent to the headquarters because the operations will be implemented and planned, and everything is done through the headquarters. Control should not be construed as code of law. That is the actually complex thing in controlling this global marketing program. Implementing, actually posing a code of law is easy for the organization, but it may not be useful in all the situations. In the organizational culture, we can see many different codes of law in any organization, but for this controlling of global marketing program, this kind of codes of law may not be useful, because these things will not be useful for controlling the. It should be appropriate to the situation, it should be flexible, so this code of law may not be useful. So the design of controlling system is comprises of two groups, two things, right? For controlling the system, for controlling the global marketing program, two things are to be considered, and these two things together should be controlled. Clear? These two things are to be controlled in order to control the global marketing program. So entire control system we are actually dividing into two different groups. What are the two different groups? One is output control and second one is behavioral control. Output control means financial aspects, financial measures. Behavior control means non-financial measures. Other than financial aspects, there are too many things which should be controlled. So the first one is output control. It is about how the money is spent for this global marketing program. Optimum amount should be spent. Unnecessary amount spending should be avoided, should be prevented. Further, organizations should have control over the financial expenditures on these global marketing programs. For controlling this, the organization should have measures, how to measure the financial aspects. So all the things should be planned. It should not be only profit and loss account, and it should not be such kind of financial statements. Meanwhile, the process is being implemented. At the time, how to control it is also important. The financial statements is at the end of the year or maybe at the end of the quarter of financial year, but all the time the organization should aim at controlling the financial measures. That is what we are calling it as output control. Another one is behavior control. Other than financial measures, how people or the employees in the organization are dealing with the processes of this global marketing program, how they are treating the control systems, how they are treating and how they are trying to achieve the objectives determined by the organizations, how much they committed towards achieving this success of global marketing program. So all these things are behavioral aspects. So it is also important to control these behavioral aspects. For that also we need different kinds of measures, which we are calling it as non-financial measures, like performance appraisal. There are different kinds of performance appraisal and whatever, so on. So all these kind of behavioral controls is also necessary, and output control also necessary. Together a control system will be designed, right? So how to design a control system? These two groups together can design a control system. How does it look like, the global marketing control system? Here you can understand with this diagram. What is the first stage of preparing this or formulating this global marketing control system or global marketing program control system. If you see here, what you can understand here is the is first step is formulation of objectives or formulation of strategies or formulation of plans for implementation. So these are all should be in the first phase before going to implementation, before going to do any other things. First one is to formulate all these things. First decide what is the objective, that what actually we are going to achieve this global marketing program. To increase the brand awareness, to increase the sales, to increase the market share, or to lead the market, or just to attract the customers, or to retain the customers. So what are the objectives behind this implementation of global marketing program? Determine it. Once it is finished, then decide how to achieve these objectives. The plan for implementation it. That is what we are calling it as strategies. So in order to achieve these objectives, what are the strategies that we are going to implement? Retain the existing customer. How to retain the existing customer? We may actually customize the services and provide to the customers. If our objective is to acquire the new customer, what are the strategies that we are going to implement? Maybe we will advertise more, maybe we will give some kind of offers, maybe we will let them try it once by providing some samples. So what are the different strategies that we are going to do for achieving these objectives are to be formulated, right? And okay, for example, samples distribution is our strategy. So how we are going to implement it? Plan for implementation, because we are dealing with global customers. So how can we implement this strategy over all the markets? So all these things are to be formulated in the first stage or first phase, right? Okay, our objectives are ready, strategies are ready, and even we planned for implementation of these strategies to achieve the objectives. Okay? That means we are ready for going to the second step. What is the second stage? Establish performance standards. Performance standards are to be established. We are planning something. Okay, for example, our objective is to retain the customers, and we have to use different strategies, number of different strategies to retain the existing customer or to attract the existing customer also. Whatever the objective, we need many different kind of strategies. So the strategies should be in terms of product, in terms of price, in terms of distribution, and in terms of promotion. The marketing mix: product, price, place, and promotion. So all the strategies should be from the point of all these things. What we are doing about the product, to retain the customer, we are providing with very good features, and we are providing the product with different kind of such a nice style or appearance, and we are providing with some kind of useful functionalities. So what are the things that we are actually providing with? We are using a very good packaging. We are actually providing with very good bottling. So what are the things that we are using from the point of product and attracting the customer? Various strategies about the price are also important. We have to use different kind of pricing methods, and place availability of the product is also very important, and even Promotion, advertising is more important, right? So the product, whatever we are providing and whatever the price we are offering and whatever we are making the efforts to avail the product for the customers, all are to be promoted, all the information should be reached to the customers. For that, promotion is required. So like strategies about product, strategies about all these things, the marketing mix tools we have established in the previous step itself. But in the second step, what we are doing here is establish the standards product. Okay, we decided to provide with a very good quality of product. That is our strategy. Second step, we have to determine the standard, like what kind of quality that we are going to provide. Standard in terms of dimensions, maybe in terms of if it is any chemical or any like medicine, maybe like what kind of formula that we are going to use and what is the quantity of different chemicals or drugs that we are using in this. So the standards are to be fixed. With the same with the price, the standards about the price are also to be fixed, and even distribution and promotion. For all these things, the standards are to be established in the second step. And in the third step, it's about locating the responsibilities, a very important thing. So fixing the standards is not enough, and strategies are formulated. We have fixed the standards. Who has to look over all these things? Who has to provide the quality of the products? And 1 second, I'll be back. My God. So who is going to deal with all these things? To provide the quality, who is responsible? To provide the quality, who will be responsible? And to determine the price and pricing methods and pricing strategies, who will be responsible? So all these things will be determined in the third phase. And also, who is going to evaluate the performances? Who is going to check or supervise all these things? All such kind of responsibilities, from providing the services, from doing the activities, to managing or supervising the activities. All the responsibilities are to be allocated to various people in this phase. And in the next stage, as we have allocated the responsibilities to various people, it is also important to evaluate the performances and compare the performances with the established standards, if they are less or more than the expected standards. So in this stage, in every phase, in every stage, after every one moment of activity, what we will do is we will evaluate the performance. Actually, we expected to, for example, if our objective is increasing sales, 1 month is gone, we used many different strategies to increase the sales. Our objective is to increase 50% of sales by the year end. So as of now, we have completed 1 month. So where are we? To where we have reached and where we are supposed to reach. So we will just compare these two. And finally, what we will do is, after evaluating the performance, if the performance is either low or even higher than what we expected, any necessary action to be taken. If the performance is below the expected standard, corrective action will be necessary. or if the standard or the progress is more than what we expected, is better than what we expected, also again correction is required. Maybe from 50% of increase in sales, the objective may be changed, right? It can be changed. So such kind of necessary actions to be taken. So this necessary action is taking us to alter the objectives, as I told you. For example, as I told you, the example is like uh, we may increase the objective of increasing the sales, because within 1 month we have reached more than what we expected in this month. So usually what we can do is we can increase the sales objective. But in case if the expected standards are more than what we have achieved, that means the achieved one is, the current progress is lesser than what we expected. So at that moment again corrective action is required. The objective 50% may not be possible, so we may reduce the objectives, or sometimes however we need the objective, whatever the current progress, whatever the situation, definitely we need 50% of increase in sales by the year end, by the end of the year. So we cannot change the objective. What we have to do, we may change the strategies, we may change the plans, the implementation plans might be necessary to be changed. So in this way, the last step, the taking the necessary action, the corrective action, is taking us to again to the first stage. Again, when the strategies are changed, again the standards are to be changed. If the standards are changed here, so automatically what is necessary is establishment of these standards. Again we have to change these standards, and responsibilities also sometimes will be required to change based on the standards. If because of that particular person's responsibilities, that means he has not done his responsibility, so what we have to do is we have to change his responsibility. So we have to allocate some other people in this position, and we have to recruit this person in some other position. So such kind of changes are also required in responsibilities. Again we will come from the first step to the last step. And sometimes that necessary action or corrective action may not take us to alter the objectives, it may not take us to the first stage, but it may take us to the second stage. Maybe we may need to change the standards of products, standards of price, such kind of things. So we may go there, again we will come from there to the last step again, right? So necessary action, sometimes it can also be by changing the responsibilities, as I told you, right? So all these things will together, if you follow all these tips, all these steps in a very good way, then you can actually efficiently control the global marketing program. So after understanding this concept, I hope it is clear, like global marketing control system, how we can formulate it, how we can design this control system, what is the process of designing this control system, this is the way, right? And what is this feed control system? Actually, in the last diagram, what we have understood is we have evaluated the standards and the current position, and then we, if necessary action is required, then we have taken the action, and which led to us to the first stage or second stage or third stage of the process. 1 second, I will tell you. But sometimes what will happen, changing this, taking this corrective action will be too late, because we have allocated and everything, we have allocated the responsibilities, we measured and we compared these two things, and then we understood there is something wrong. there will be sometimes that might be too low, or sorry, too late. So the organizations should look in advance before it is compulsory to make the necessary action. Before the situation comes, the organization may try to understand there is something wrong, right? Before that situation arises, the organization realizes like there is something wrong. That kind of control system, we are calling it as feed forward control system. Clear? Before goes something wrong, actually the organization should realize like something is going to be wrong. That is what feed control system, feed forward control system. Here we can understand with this diagram. International marketing strategy, while implementing this, before goes something wrong, organization can identify some early symptoms like something is going to be wrong. Definitely there will be some symptoms, whatever for example, there are a number of organizations actually which were failed. For example, let us take Mahindra Satyam. There was something wrong with the auditing, and it found when the organization couldn't do anything. But before that, definitely actually they should be able to identify the early symptoms, like something is going to be wrong. Definitely the management of the organizations will get these symptoms. So if at that moment when they identify the early symptoms, if they do not take any action, it actually goes to the marketing impact. It goes to show the impact on the marketing programs, right? So if something is going to be wrong and we have not done anything in order to prevent that, so definitely something wrong will happen, and it shows impact on the way of life in the usual thing, general way. But here in the organization implementation of the programs, what will happen is when we have taken when we have not taken the corrective actions, when we have shown the early symptoms of implementation of marketing program, then definitely the impact will be there on the implementation. So then we have to revise the marketing marketing plan. That was the early method. But now if it is feed forward control system, actually what we can do is, when we found the early systems itself, here you can understand, you can see something here, arrow mark. When we identify these early symptoms, actually changes in the marketing strategies are done, then directly we can identify this revised marketing impact. No need of this stage. The symptoms will not show any impact on the marketing program, because when in the early stages itself we have taken the required changes and we revised the marketing programs at the early stage itself, so there will not be huge losses for the organization, right? So that is what the feed forward control system. However, after revising this marketing plan, will give some feedback will be sent to the strategy, right? That means strategies will be changed, and and it will go on. If again anything goes wrong, again we find anything early symptoms, again directly we may go to changes the marketing strategies, so that we will revise the marketing program, and we will send the marketing feedback. So it's kind of cyclic process will go on to control this global marketing program. What are the key areas for controlling this global marketing program? Usually there are 4 different kinds of areas. I'll show you. strategic control, right, efficiency control, annual plan control, and profit control, or what we can call it as budget control. So these are the four different areas where the organization should focus on in order to control the global marketing program. So the strategic control, who is responsible for this strategic control? The strategies are to be controlled. Who is responsible to formulate the strategies? Who is responsible to implement the strategies? Top management. Maybe the middle management sometimes involved in implementation, but for formulation of strategies, who is responsible? The top management. For implementation, the middle management also involves in that. So overall, this strategic control is the responsibility of top management and middle management. What is the purpose of this strategic control? Is to examine if planned results are being achieved or not. We have formulated different strategies to achieve the results. So all the time it is necessary to examine if planned results are achieved or not. That is the responsibility of top management, right, in order to achieve this strategic control. And what are the techniques that can be used for this strategic controller? Marketing effectiveness ratings and marketing audit. These are the techniques. The marketing audit can be used to analyze, to assess the strategic control system. And second key area or second type of control is efficiency control. How much efficiently the strategies are being implemented? How much efficiently the organization is implementing the global marketing programs? Who is responsible for this? The line and staff management. Actually, they are the one who is implementing the activities of this marketing program. So at the time of implementation, at the time of doing the things, they are to be done efficiently. So for that, the line level staff are responsible, right? And even the marketing controller who actually supervises these line staff are also responsible, right, for this getting this efficiency. What is the purpose of this efficiency control? Is to examine ways of improving the efficiency of marketing. Different ways we have to identify in order to improve the efficiency of the marketing. So marketing program, maybe while doing something, it should not be done all the time in the same way. We should identify some new ways of doing it in an easy way. Improve the accuracy of the work, increase the quality of the work all the time, increase the speed of the work all the time. For that means overall efficiency is required. For that, the line and staff management, they should examine the ways of improving all these things. So how can we achieve this? By measuring the sales force efficiency, by measuring this advertising efficiency, by measuring distribution efficiency. So all these things are very important in marketing: sales, advertising, and distribution. So all these things, how they are being implemented by the line and staff is very necessary to be supervised, right? And third way of control is annual plan control. Here it is annual plan is formulated by the top management, is supervised by the middle management. So these are the primary responsibilities of top management and middle management. The purpose of this one is to examine if planned results are being achieved or not. Same like as efficiency control also. Same like this, strategic control, because the top level management is responsible for this one also. What do they do is to examine if planned results are being achieved or not. But how can the organization can achieve this annual plan control? Is they can use these techniques: sales analysis, market share analysis, and marketing expenses to sales ratio, how much we are spending for marketing and how many sales are being increased by maybe by customer tracking. So by doing any one of these things, the organization can actually understand whether they are actually achieving these planned results or not, in terms of annual plan, right? And the last one is profit control, or what we are calling it as budget control. So marketing controller is responsible for this budget control. Here the purpose is to examine where the company is making and losing money, right? How much money we are spending, and if anything is actually lost, what are the causes for that, right? So all these things are analyzed by this marketing controller. Profitability is one example. Profitability can be actually analyzed in order to understand this budget control is achieved or not. And product, customer group, or trade channels, all these things are to be analyzed. Customer satisfaction can be analyzed in order to know whether the marketing controller is doing his job efficiently or not. What is his job is to profit control. The profit are to be improved or increased. The budget is to be decreased, right? The budget that what you are spending should be decreased, and the profit should be increased. That is the main responsibility of market controller. So these are the different types of marketing controls. These are the different key areas of where the organization should focus on for controlling the global marketing program, right? Thank you.